In this video, we're gonna be reviewing the Lewitt Pure Tube condenser microphone. If you're a singer or voice actor looking for an excellent vocal mic, then this just might be what you're looking for. The Pure Tube is currently sold in two different kits, the Essentials kit for $9.99 and the Studio kit for $12.99. Full disclosure, I've been using Lewitt microphones for many years now, and so I decided to reach out to their company and they were nice enough to send me this mic for review. However, I don't get to keep the microphone. They are not paying me to make this video, so rest assured these are my honest thoughts and opinions. The Studio kit comes in a very sturdy hard shell case, and in it you'll find a microphone, a power supply, a power cable, an XLR cable, a leather pouch, a custom shock mount, and a magnetic pop shield. So what makes this microphone special? As the name suggests, it has a built-in tube that's supposed to add a bit of warmth and smoothness to your voice, which is something that a lot of producers and audio professionals look out for, especially in commercial studios. Going over the specs, this is a condenser microphone which does an excellent job at picking up every single detail in your voice. And since this is a tube condenser, it does come with a power supply, so you're not going to need phantom power from your audio interface. It has a cardioid polar pattern, which means it's most sensitive from the front and it's going to reject sound coming from the back. And thanks to the way that Lewitt designed this microphone, it has an extremely low self-noise of only 7 dBA, which is much quieter than most tube condensers and even other fat style microphones, which means it's not going to add any hiss or unwanted noise into your recording, which is crucial for tracking vocals. And when looking at the frequency response graph, it has a bass roll-off around 80 to 100 Hz, which is going to help remove some of that really low rumble that we typically don't need on vocals. It has a neutral response in the mids and a silky top end, which is going to add a bit of clarity to your voice. So let's do some audio tests so you can hear this microphone in action. You're listening to the Lewitt Pure Tube condenser microphone being plugged straight into my audio interface without any post-processing, and this is what kind of sound quality you can expect out of this mic. This time, you're listening to the Pure Tube condenser microphone with a bit of EQ and compression, and this is what the mic sounds like fully mixed. This was all you, none of it me. Put your hands on my body and told me, told me you're ready for the big one, for the big jump. Be your last love, everlasting, you and me. I'm giving you up, I'm forgiving it all. You set me free. So what are my overall thoughts and who would I recommend this mic to? Before I share with you, if you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Starting with the pros is the sound. I gotta say, I was really blown away by the sound of this microphone, and I do think that the tube added a bit of warmth and smoothness to my voice, which I found very pleasing. And in comparison to all of the other mics that I currently own in the studio, which are all fat style condensers, I could definitely hear a difference, and this one is arguably the best sound. The second pro is the value that you get with this mic kit. If you compare the Pure Tube to other industry standard tube microphones, you're getting access to that type of sound quality for a fraction of the price. Not to mention, all of the accessories from the case all the way up to the custom shock mount are really high quality. But let's not kid ourselves, this is not a cheap microphone and not one that I would recommend to beginners. So if you're brand new to recording and you're in the process of building your first studio, with $1,000, you could buy a budget condenser like the 440 Pure, an audio interface, a pair of headphones, some monitors, and acoustic treatment, and that's gonna help you much further along getting started. Another pro is the design. I'm a huge fan of how Lewitt designs their microphone to have a very modern or futuristic look, so if you're somebody trying to get more clients or work with other artists, this is definitely something that's gonna stand out in your studio. But now, let's talk about the cons. Like all condenser microphones, the Pure Tube is extremely sensitive. And even though it does a great job at picking up every single detail in your voice, it's also going to bring out the flaws in your recording space. And take me for an example, I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment and right there's a window facing the road. So every time a motorcycle or a car would go by really fast, the microphone 100% picked up on that, to the point that I had to stop recording, waited for traffic to die down, and then continued until I was finished. So if you're willing to spend this kind of money on a microphone, also be willing to invest in acoustic treatment. Another con would be its lack of flexibility. This microphone doesn't have multiple polar pattern, pad switches, or filters, and so if you're somebody trying to record a full band and you need one microphone to record all kinds of audio sources, then I would skip this mic and go for the Lewitt LCT 640TS, which even though doesn't have a tube, it still sounds great, it has all of those features, and it will save you some money. But if I'm being completely honest, for 99% of people watching this video, especially if you're a solo creator like myself and all you're gonna do is record your voice, I really don't see the need to have multiple polar patterns. And also, if you know how to set your gain levels properly, then you're also not gonna need a pad switch. But overall, I think that this is an excellent vocal mic that's definitely gonna add a bit of that tube warmth and smoothness to your voice, and I would 100% recommend it for singers and voiceover artists. If you want to buy one, the links are down in the description below, and if you want to check out how this microphone compares to the Lewitt 440 Pure, then make sure to click on this video.